Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone and Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking with Annie or AI guest about one of the most commonly used words in the world. Okay, have you ever wondered where this tiny word came from, why everyone uses it, and how it became a global expression? Let's ask Annie and discover the fascinating story behind the world's favorite word. So, hello Maya, how are you doing
Wow,
today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
You're
I'm really
welcome.
curious to dive into this. I am ready for the first question.
Okay, Maya, most welcome to our interview session.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to get
You're,
into the mystery of OK with you. Me too. I've got my
you're
thinking cap
welcome.
on. Where do we start?
You're welcome. So, Maya, our my first question is from you that what does the word okay actually mean?
At its simplest, OK is a way of saying something is acceptable, correct, or agreed upon. It's like a verbal thumbs up. Depending on how you say it, it can be a simple yes, a way to confirm you've understood something, or even a way to signal that things are just fine, even if they aren't perfect. It's a bit of a linguistic chameleon, don't you think?
That's a great way to start. Most of use it every day without even thinking about its meaning. So, my next question is where did the word okay come from?
Theory is that selling phrases for fun. Okay was actually a shorthand for all correct, which is a meme before as a campaign slogan. Does that sound like the kind of origin story you?
Had an interesting history. So, my next question is who first used okay?
It's hard to pin it on one single person, but historians usually point to the editors of the Boston Morning Post. They were the ones pushing that trend of playful misspellings in the 1830s. It was basically a local inside joke that just happened to catch on and conquer the world. Pretty wild that a newspaper prank became a global standard, right?
Yeah, that's fascinating. History really hides amazing stories. So, my next question is when did OK become popular?
It really started gaining momentum in the 1840s. Like I mentioned with Martin Van Buren, that presidential campaign gave it a massive platform. But it also spread quickly because of the telegraph. When people needed a short, clear way to confirm a message was received, OK was the perfect tool for the job. It was fast to send and impossible to misunderstand. I wonder if it would have stayed a local joke if the telegraph hadn't come along.
Interesting, so it didn't become famous overnight. So, my next question is why is it spelled both OK and OK?
It's mostly a matter of style. Writing it as OK in all caps is the more traditional way, since it's essentially an abbreviation. Using OK is just the phonetic spelling, basically, writing it how it sounds when we say it. Both are totally acceptable now, but OK often feels a bit more casual or softer in a sentence. Which one do you find yourself using more often?
Mm, okay, short form. That's something many people have wondered about. So, my next question is which spelling is more common today?
It's a toss up, but OK still holds a lot of ground because it's so fast to type. In digital messages and text, the shorter version usually wins out for efficiency. But in books or formal writing, you'll see OK more often because it looks a bit more like a standard word. I'd bet that if you looked at a billion text messages, the two-letter version would take the crown.
Good to know both versions seem to be everywhere. So, my next question is why do almost all languages understand OK?
It's one of ththose rare words that just fits everywhere. Since it's so short and the sounds are very basic, it's easy for people to pronounce regardless of what their native language is. Plus, it's often adopted into other languages through movies, music, and the internet, making it a kind of global shorthand for I agree or I understand. It's essentially the universal language of confirmation. Do you think there are any other words that have reached that same level of global fame?
No, I don't think so. It's amazing how one word connects people around the world. So my next question is okay considered an English word?
Technically, yes, it is an English word, but it's a bit of a special case because it doesn't have a root in Latin or Greek like so many other English words. It's more of a linguistic invention, a piece of American slang that grew up and moved into the dictionary. It's practically a citizen of the world now.
That's an interesting explanation. So my next question is okay one of the most recognized words in the world?
Absolutely. Most linguists would say it's right up there at the top, if not number one. It's one of the few words that you could probably say in almost any country on earth, and people would know exactly what you meant. It's basically the gold standard for global recognition.
No wonder we hear it everywhere. So my next question is why do people use it so often?
Because it's the ultimate efficiency tool. It does so much heavy lifting with just two letters. Instead of saying, I agree with your proposal and I am ready to proceed, you just say, okay. Saves time, reduces effort, and gets the job done without any fuss. It's basically the shortcut of human conversation.
Makes perfect sense. So my next question is can okay have different meanings?
Ooh, definitely. It's all in the delivery. A quick, bright okay is a green light, but a slow, drawn out okay usually means someone is skeptical or just trying to be polite while they're actually confused. Then there's the flat okay, which can feel like a conversation killer. It's amazing how much emotion you can pack into two letters just by changing your tone.
I never realized one word could express so many things. So my next question is can tone of
Right?
voice change the meaning?
It completely changes the game. Like we were just saying, if you say it with a smile, it's a yes. But if you say it with a sigh, it's more like a fine, whatever. Tone is basically the secret code that tells you what the person actually means versus what they're saying.
That's true. The way we say it matters a lot. So my next question is okay polite?
Generally, yes, but it's a bit of a balancing act. In most casual conversations, it's perfectly polite. But in a very formal setting, like talking to a boss or someone you really want to show a lot of respect to, just saying okay can sometimes come across as a bit too brief or even dismissive. It's all about who you're talking to and the energy of the room.
Good point. Context is really important. So my next question is can okay sound rude?
It definitely can, especially in a text message. A one word okay and with a period at the end can feel like a digital slap in the face. It often comes across as cold, annoyed, or like the person is just done talking to you. It's the difference between sure thing and a flat okay.
That's something people should definitely remember. So my next question is how do children learn the words so quickly?
It's probably one of the first adult words they pick up because it's so repetitive. Kids are like sponges for patterns. And since they hear okay a dozen times a day from their parents and teachers, it just sticks. Plus, it's an easy sound to make, no complex consonants or long vowels. It's basically a linguistic starter kit for them.
It's amazing how early we start using it. So my next question is why do teachers use okay so much?
It's the perfect classroom management tool. Keep a signal transition, confirm a student's answer, or get everyone's attention. without having to give a whole speech. Basically, there's sonic baton for conducting the class.
That makes classroom communication much easier. So my next question is, why is okay common in business?
Because in business, time is literally money. When you're dealing with fast paced projects and a million emails, people just want a quick confirmation. It's the ultimate efficiency move. It signals agreement and allows everyone to move to the next task without wasting 5 minutes on a formal response. It keeps the gears turning.
It's simple, professional, and easy to understand. My next question is, why do pilots use OK?
In aviation, clarity is everything. Pilots and air traffic controllers use OK because there's absolutely no room for ambiguity when you're in the sky. They need a short, standardized way to acknowledge a command or confirm a piece of information without clogging up the radio channel. It's all about speed and precision to keep everyone safe.
Clear communication really saves time. So my next question is OK used in technology?
Oh, absolutely. Think about how many times a day you see an OK button on a screen. It's the universal signal for, I've read this, I understand, and I'm ready to move on. From software installations to simple alerts, it's basically the heartbeat of user interfaces. It's the digital way of saying, got it. I bet we'd be clicking I acknowledge and concur all day if we didn't have it. Do you think we'll ever find a word that replaces it in tech?
Mm, yeah, a little.
Tough
We
call, right?
see we see it on our screens every single day. So my next question is, why do apps have an OK button?
Because it's the most intuitive way to close a loop. An OK button doesn't just dismiss a message, it's a confirmation that the user has seen the information and is giving the app permission to proceed. If it said something like continue or accept, it might feel like you're agreeing to a contract, but OK just feels like a casual acknowledgement. It keeps the experience smooth and frictionless.
That's something we click without thinking. So my next question is, can OK express emotions?
In a weird way, yes. It's probably the most emotional two letters in the dictionary. On its own, it's neutral, but with the right tone, it can communicate everything from pure excitement to absolute disappointment or even a quiet, sad acceptance. It's like a blank canvas that we paint our feelings onto using only our voice.
Amazing, such a small word can carry so many feelings. So my next question is OK used differently in texting?
Totally. Texting is where okay becomes a bit of a minefield since you lose the tone of voice. People start reading into the punctuation. Okay can feel dismissive. Okay is standard, but okay with that period can feel like you're actually mad. It's like the punctuation becomes the emotion since the voice is missing.
Digital communication has definitely changed language. So my next question is, what does K mean in messages?
That's the ultimate shorthand, but it's also the most dangerous. In the world of texting, K-pros is basically okay stripped of all its warmth. Depending on who's sending it, it can mean got it in a hurry, but more often it's seen as a sign of annoyance or indifference. It's the linguistic equivalent of a shrug or a cold shoulder.
I have seen that a lot. So my next question is replying with only OK sometimes misunderstood?
Oh, all the time. Because it's so brief, the other person doesn't have any other clues to go on. So they just fill in the blanks with their own anxiety. They start wondering, wait, are they mad? Are they bored? Do they just not care? It's it's a classic case of the message being way simpler than the interpretation.
That's a useful communication tip. So my next question is, what are some alternatives to OK?
There are tons depending on the energy you want to bring to the conversation. If you're feeling enthusiastic, you can go with absolutely or sure thing. If you want to sound more professional, correct or understood works better. And if you're just casually agreeing, yep or sounds good are the go tos. It's all about choosing the right tool for the mood.
Nice. It's always good to know different options. So my next question is, which countries use OK the most?
It's hard to pick just one because it's truly global, but the US is obviously where it started and where it's most deeply embedded in the culture. That said, you'll find it's incredibly common in almost every English speaking country, and it's heavily used in places like Europe and Asia as a borrowed word because it's just so efficient. I'd say it's most common wherever the internet and English language media have a strong presence.
Interesting how it has become global. So my next question is there any language that doesn't use it?
It's likely that some very isolated indigenous languages or remote communities might not use it since it's a product of globalized culture. But in any place with a connection to the outside world, OK has usually managed to sneak its way in. It's a bit like a linguistic virus, it's just too useful to resist. Do you think there's any part of the world that's just too stubborn for OK to conquer?
No, I don't think so. Language is truly fascinating. So my next question is, can one word unite different cultures?
It really can. Well, the basic meaning of I agree or all correct is universal. Different cultures lean into the nuances differently. In some places, it's a very direct confirmation, while in others, people might use okay to be polite, even when they aren't entirely sure or don't fully agree, just to keep the harmony in the conversation. It's like the word stays the same, but the cultural flavor changes based on where you are.
That's a beautiful way to think about it. So my next question is, has social media made OK even more popular?
Absolutely. Social media has basically put OK on steroids. Everything now is about speed and instant reactions, and nothing is faster than two letters. Plus, with the rise of memes and reaction GIFs, OK has become a shorthand for a dozen different moods, from a genuine agreement to that classic perfect word for a world that's always in a hurry.
The internet really spreads words quickly. So my next question is from you, that why do movies use OK so often?
Movies love using OK because it's the most natural way to write dialogue. In a script, you want characters to sound like real people, and real people don't usually say, I concur or that is acceptable in the middle of a scene. Um, OK allows a writer to move a plot forward quickly, showing agreement or transition without slowing down the pace of the movie. Plus, it gives the actors a lot of room to play with the emotion through their delivery. It's the perfect tool for a screenwriter.
It definitely sounds natural in conversation. So my next question is, can OK reduce misunderstanding?
Definitely can. Because it's so brief, it doesn't provide much context. If you say okay to a complex request, the other person might wonder if you actually agree with the whole plan or if you're just saying it to end the conversation. It's a double edged sword. It's great for speed, but it lacks the detail that prevents confusion.
Yes, communication becomes much smoother. So my next question is there a funny fact about the word OK?
Oh, for sure. One of the funniest things is that okay is probably the most successful typo in human history. Like I mentioned earlier, it started as a joke based on a misspelling, but it was so catchy that it actually replaced the correct way of saying things. It's basically the world's most famous mistake. Can you imagine if the people in Boston had just spelled it correctly?
Yeah,
We'd all
that
be saying all correct every.
exactly. That's one piece of trivia. So my next question is, why do people say okay then?
it instead of just okay. It gives the word a bit more breath and flow. Turns a sharp abbreviation into a soft, natural part of a sentence. Plus, it lets you stretch out the sound to show more emotion, like when you're thinking something over or being a little hesitant. It's the difference between a quick nod and a thoughtful, let me see.
It gives the conversation a different feeling. So my next question is okay changing with younger generations?
It's definitely evolving. Younger generations are shifting how they use it, especially in digital spaces. While okay is still around, you see a lot more alternatives like Bettis word or even just a thumbs up emoji to handle that same job of confirmation. I think the two-letter okay can actually feel a bit too formal or even cold to some Gen Z speakers who might prefer something that feels more fluid or expressive. It's like the word is being pushed into a parent or teacher category of language. Do you notice your younger students or friends using it differently than you do?
Yeah, language always keep evolving. So my next question is will people still use okay in the future?
I'd put my money on yes. It's just too efficient to ever truly disappear. Even if the slang changes, the need for a quick universal got it is a fundamental part of how humans communicate. It may evolve or get replaced in some niche circles, but as a global tool, it's basically immortal. Do you think it'll ever be replaced by something even shorter, like a single sound or just a gesture?
Yeah, it seems timeless. So my next question is okay the most useful word in English?
Certainly a top contender. I mean, it's hard to find another word that works in so many different situations and is understood in almost every corner of the globe. It's the Swiss Army knife of language, simple, versatile, and gets the job done every single time. Do you think any other word comes close in terms of usefulness?
I think definitely see why people think that. So my next question is what's the biggest myth about okay?
I think you might be mixing up your metaphors a bit.
Yeah,
I think you mean the Swiss Army knife part from
yeah,
before, right? If you're
yeah,
asking like what the biggest edge or the
yeah,
most
exactly.
powerful thing about okay is, it's definitely that it's a universal bridge. It doesn't matter where you're from or what language you speak. Okay just works. It's the ultimate linguistic shortcut.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Anytime. I'm really enjoying this. So, what else?
Okay, Maya, so my last question is from you that if you could describe okay in one sentence, what would it be?
It's a big task for such a small word. I'd say okay is the world's most successful mistake. A simple two-letter bridge that connects billions of people across every language and culture.
That's a perfect way to end today's conversation. So thank you so much, Annie, for sharing the amazing story behind one of the world's most popular words. Who know that such a small word could have such a big history? If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more exciting AI interviews, comment below how many times do you say okay in a day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So till then, take care. Allah Hafiz, Pakistan. Bye. Pakistan Zindabad. And thank you so much, Maya, for joining us today.
It was my pleasure. Thanks for bringing me on the show. I had a
You're
great time
welcome.
exploring okay with you. Take care.
Take care, you too.